all, I would like to thank Lakshya Group, E4M, for giving me this opportunity to be part of this session actually. The topic given to me is about customer centricity. How is the brand relevance to it and how the customers are getting engaged to it. Interesting topic, I think, and everyone today understand that why customer centricity is so important. What is customer centricity? That is a $1 million question actually. Anyone would like to throw some light on it? Yeah. I'm not going to have a monologue session. I would like to have a dialogue session with you all. Anyone? You want to speak something? Yes, gentlemen, there. No one? Yeah, please give someone the mic actually. I think this customer centricity word is, everybody talks about it. What is it all about?
I will have a go, Mr. Banerjee. My name is Naval Ahuja. I think customer centricity is about listening to, what your customer wants, right? It is about understanding, knowing the needs, servicing them well. Once you have a customer on board, making sure, they are satisfied, you are servicing them well, you are ensuring that, they keep coming back to you.
I think Mr. Naval has done my job quite simple now. He has answered it very well actually. He's bang on the target. Understand the needs of the customer. And Maruti Suzuki as a company for last 40 years has been listening to the customers. When we started, you all know, in 1983, we in India wanted a car which people can afford. So we were the one who started with a car costing just 52,000 rupees. SS80. That was the first car. The proposition was very simple. Value for money. A car for the people. That was the proposition. Before that, there were only two brands. You all know, Hindustan Motors and Padmini Premier actually. One car was designed basically for the bureaucrats, another was for the doctors actually. So every doctor will have a Padmini Premier and all the bureaucrats will have the ambassador. So that was the positioning. So when Maruti came into this market, they first wanted to connect with the masses. That yes, they wanted to tell to everyone that yes, you can also dream to have a car. So that's where the Maruti did the positioning when it came into the Indian market. Pure value proposition. Our branding used to be, kitna deti hai, petrol khatam nahi hunda. These were the ads. I think you all will be seen it actually. And we used to talk about the convenience part of it, which Mr. Naval talked about, how to service the customer. So there was one interesting ad actually, I don't know you people recall or not. One gypsy was flying on the Ladakh and the guys were looking for some place where they can eat some food. So they were not finding anything. Then suddenly, out of curiosity, some guy asked, "कोई service station होगा आसपास?" तो कहता हाँ है, एक service station तो है, लद्दाख में भी मिलेगा आपको. So that was the positioning, and that's how we were trying to listen to the customer and meet their requirements. That was the phase one. That time the customer centricity was this. Now let me talk about year 2000. In year 2000, I was seeing very interesting phenomena in Maruti. I was in sales and I used to travel to many of the markets. Suddenly the dealer starts saying, "Sir, Swift volume is increasing, but the small car volume is going down in the tier 2, tier 3 markets also." Interesting. हो क्या रहा है? What is happening? चल क्या रहा है? नहीं सर, Swift is picking up. बट वो ऑल्टो जो है थोड़ा सा अब ना शहरों में नहीं चल रहा है, गांव की तरफ जा रहा है. Interesting. So does it mean that India, everyone is now able to afford a Swift? Like today, if you see the data, everyone is talking that India, people are all migrating to SUVs. That is not a correct way to see the data. Why? I will tell you. I keep on telling to the journalist also why that is not a right way. We talk about today of the total auto industry, 52% people are buying the SUV. perfectly right. There is nothing wrong in the data. But the way you're analyzing the data, that is not correct. It is only the people who can afford to buy the car, within that you are calculating what is the contribution of SUV. But there are other side, there are many people who aspire to buy a car, but we are not able to count them. So the day the affordability part is taken care of, and why suddenly the SUV percentage has gone up? Simple logic. With the regulations coming in across the automobile sector, the biggest hit has been the small cars, because the base on a price level of 3 lakhs, you increase the price by 70,000. On a price of 20 lakhs, you increase the price by 1 lakh. The percentages are different. And unfortunately, in the last 5 years, during the COVID period, the monthly household incomes of the profile of the people who were looking to buy the entry cars, the CAGR is -1%. -1. So, one side, the vehicle prices have gone up to the tune of 15%. Other side, the monthly household incomes for last 5 years are not moving up. I'm talking about that segment of customer. So what is happening? The people who can afford to buy the cars, they are buying the SUVs. So what we are seeing is this: today everyone is moving towards the SUV. The point I'm trying to make is this: how you see the data is very important. So that time also that dealer, when he told me, कि sir, ऑल्टो तो अब थोड़ा गांव की तरफ जाता है सर, शहरों में तो अब स्विफ्ट चलेगा. Interesting. So I went to some more markets. So I was that time in the dealer development. So I thought this is interesting case study. What is happening? It was not that Alto is not selling. There were some dealers, they were able to sell the Altos also. But some dealers, they were not selling it. The problem was of the experience. It's the experience which the customer wanted. We were more into looking for the same trend: value for money, fuel efficiency. Oh, we have a huge network. That's fine. That's hygiene. What more you're going to offer me? Then we came with the idea of Nexa. Nexa was purely an experience channel. We started the Nexa that we want to give you an experience. And how we curated the experience? We benchmarked not only the auto industries. We benchmarked the other hospitality sector also, be the hotel industry. We try to pick up the best concepts which were there. We studied that today the customer to whom we want to sell this product, what sort of experiences he enjoys when he travels, when he stays in a hotel, when he goes for banking. And there we picked up all the best practices and we created the Nexa channel. Just to share with you, for the experience part of it, all the sales executives who were there, we ensured they need to travel by airlines. And they were all put up for training in JW Marriott for 1 week. That's how we prepared the team that time. That if you need to talk to customer, you need to experience that, then only you can talk. यदि मेरे को गाड़ी चलाना नहीं आता है and I talk about the car is very peppy and it gives accident, the guy in front of me will ask, okay, take me for a spin. And he will immediately make it out. He is only parroting. He doesn't know what is it all about. So, if you want to give an experience, you need to feel it. Then only you can understand the language of the customer. So Nexa was that experience platform. That is the period when we started in 2015. Then we had a major disruption. COVID period came. By the way, when we started the Nexa, we ensured that of the total sales process, we must try to see to it how we can digitize the processes, which is very much doable. So out of the 26 processes in the sales journey, one is the customer journey, other is the vehicle journey, 24 of the processes were digitized. So we did it before. And then unfortunately the COVID came. Everybody jumped for digitization. Everyone was doing it. hammer and tongs, everyone, left, right and center. IT companies were having an excellent time. Moonlighting और क्या क्या lighting हुआ आप मालूम नहीं है. आजकल भी सुनने में आता है कि a guy was working in 4 companies and 5 companies. Very interesting actually. Oh, fine. So for every crisis there is an opportunity. But the bottom line was this: today many of this digitization which happened, it was done in a hurry. Was it thought of from the customer point of view? How is the experience going to happen? I think no. So today, many of the places you go there, you will find the process has been digitized, but it has not been thought of from the customer point of view. So the third, now I think the era which has started is a combination of digital experience. How you are going to give it? Earlier the digital was to only improve the efficiency. आपको आने की जरूरत नहीं है बैंक में, आप घर बैठ के ही सर you can do the banking. That is just convenience part of it. But how to give a better experience to the customer? So now if you see the websites which are coming, they are coming with altogether different dimension actually. Just today only I was just interacting with one of the agencies, the digital agencies. The stuff they showed me was amazing. It was spellbound actually. Because today, if you want to break the clutter and you want to stand out, you need to come up with some innovative ideas. So the experience which you are going to give today through the digital part also, it needs to be something out of the box. Then only you will be able to grab the attention of your customer. Now, when we come to the digital part of it, there are some good benefits. First is the transparency. Anything which you do on the digital platform, by default, it brings in the transparency. There cannot be any vague part of it because you have something as an evidence to prove that this was the so-called thing, whatever, conversation, be it the transaction, anything, you can prove it. Automatically, the level of commitments goes up. Second important thing what has happened is the data mining. As we are more and more going for the digitization, the data is getting digital. And if anything is digital, it is very easy to do the data mining first. And now with the help of artificial intelligence, you are coming up with excellent analysis. Which customer, what is the propensity to buy, to convert, everything is doable. And if you have recently heard actually, most of the companies now in US, the way they are embracing the AI, it's going to change. In times to come, you will see voice bots, chat bots, they are going to be the faces. And they will be having a concept of nano personalization. If I'm talking to someone in South, I may be having an avatar of the local guy from there, the way the customer wants to see me. If I'm talking to a corporate guy, I will be having a different attire. And all these concepts have already started. In fact, in Maruti, we have already implemented it. Purely from the point of view that I need to have a better sort of an experience I need to give to my customer. And B, I'm able to converse with him as per his ease. So today's time, if you talk about the customer centricity, if I know a gentleman X will like to talk to me at 9:30 in the night, I can make a call to him at 9:30, and he wants to converse with me in Telugu, I will talk to him in Telugu. And I know also that last time when he had a talk with me, what he said, what was his so-called, the certain points which he was very, all can be taken care of. That is customer centricity. That is how you are using the technology, how you are using the data to really appeal to your customer in the appropriate manner. So in Maruti today, just to give a data that every month we are getting close to 10 million customers visiting our websites. Yes, gentle, 10 million. And the amount of hyperlocal digital works which our marketing team is doing, just to give you a perspective that of our total sales, close to 15% of our business is coming from the hyperlocal. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. I feel in times to come, this is further going to increase, purely for one reason. If you see the concept of Tesla, Tesla doesn't have any showrooms. No showrooms. When I visited the US and I was doing a study on Tesla, I found something very interesting. They don't believe in the showroom for a very simple reason. They feel touch and feel is not required. I will give him the experience to the customer through the digital platform. And they have a very interesting way of doing these things. Suppose you have purchased a car of Tesla. They don't switch on all the features in the car. They control it through the software. So suppose one fine day you are going and you wanted some more power or zip in your car. They will study your data and they will offer you that I am giving you this package for a period of 3 weeks. Just trial period, enjoy it. Okay, great. And through the software you can update it and your power of the engine is increased. They have a battery, so the power is more, you're getting a better zip. After 3 weeks, now they will come back to you. Mr. Banerjee, how was your experience? Oh, great. So we can give you a package for $1,000 now, you can get this package. So if I say, no, I'm not interested, fine. No hard push. They will immediately withdraw it. Again, I'm back to that. So then I will suddenly realize as a customer, oh, my experiences earlier was very great. I was driving it. I was having a good fun. Again, after 1 month and 1.5 months, again, they will pitch into me. Not now $1,000, maybe $1,500. And they will say, now it comes at $1,500. If you are interested, we can offer you. So the point I'm trying to make is the selling in times to come will be based on the experience. It will not be initially be hard pitch. You experience the product and if you like it, you pay for it. The trends will change. So now if the new technologies which are coming, like the turbos, the strong hybrids, it is purely an experience by which a customer buy. From the outside, if you see the products, they are exactly the same. You need to give him the experience. What we are doing is this, we are trying to give the experience to the customer. Drive it, get a feel of it, and if you find it good, go for it. So the trend will change. It will not be other way around. Okay, you trust me and I'm going to give it. No. So Tesla is doing that. But yes, there is an investment. The product which he is making, he is putting all the sensors in all the cars. Many of the sensors, he is not activating it when he is selling the product. Case to case, he is switching it on. So when you're designing the product, whatever you are doing, you have to think about the experience part of it, how you're going to deliver it to the customer. Very important. Like today, for giving a test drive, many of the products which we launched, there was shortage of vehicles. In order to give the experience to the customer, we created the concept of metaverse, Nexaverse. Virtually without the car, but you can still get a feel of the product in a very, very interesting way. Now it's quite common, many of the people are doing it. But the point is this, you have to give the experience. And if you are not able to give the experience to the customer, however good you talk about your product, how well you talk about the features, he is not going to accept it. He is very clear. I need a good experience. I will tell you a very excellent example of good experience and the systems. I will not take the name of that hotel chain actually. I travel quite a lot, so after a long day, I was retiring to my room, so I was checking in a hotel. So when I was checking in, so unfortunately, the guy who was there, he said, sir, you have to fill this form. I said, it's okay. No, sir, our processes are very good CRM processes. We do it. You have to fill the form. What do you mean by a good CRM processes? He says, we take care of the customers and other things. So I was going to stay there for 2 more days. So intentionally what I put my date of birth the next day. The day I checked in the night, next day only I put my date of birth in that form. Fine. So very good systems. Birthdays, everything. We really take care. Excellent. So the third day morning when I was checking out, there was a lady there at the counter, so I checked out another thing. I said, day before yesterday, in the night time when I was checking in, the gentleman at this counter told me, you people have got an excellent system. And I filled a form. I was very reluctant to fill that form. I was very tired. But despite that also, since he pushed me, and being a young chap, he was there, so I said, fine, I will fill it up. Yes, sir. Yeah, oh, very good system, sir. I know that. I was told that you really greet your so-called the customers on your birthdays. Yes, sir, we do. Can you check? Yesterday was my birthday, actually. No, I will check, sir, how it has happened. She also didn't know the process after going back. Then the manager came. Mr. Banerjee, thank you so much and wish you a belated happy birthday. No, it's fine. By the way, why nothing? I have to say then only you are wishing me. So what went wrong? Actually, our system takes 72 hours to update the data. 72 hours. That is the efficiency of the system. I went to Bangalore and there was one boutique hotel, very small. So for a change, I was staying there, not in some big hotels. So in that boutique hotel, with me was my another colleague actually. So he used to stay there quite often. So he says, Partho, ab ki baar yahi rukte hain. Chalo, theek hai, how does it matter? So we went. From the airport, we went there. So as soon as he walked in, the lady at the reception said, sir, welcome back. Not to me, to my friend actually. So I was taken aback. How did he recognize? कि भाई वेलकम बैक कर दिया. तो मैंने कहा यार ये तो बड़ा अमेजिंग चीज़ है. एक तरफ तो वो 72 आवर्स लगते थे CRM सिस्टम, बिग होटल 72 आवर्स दे टेक केयर. ये वेलकम बैक. तो आई आस्क्ड माय फ्रेंड, क्या काफ़ी आते हो क्या, सब पहचानते हैं क्या, सारे रिसेप्शनिस्ट भी पहचानते हैं क्या? कहता है मुझे भी नहीं मालूम यार इसने कैसे पकड़ा यार. मैंने इतना ही एक दो बार ठहरे हम. तो नेक्स्ट डे मॉर्निंग व्हेन वी वर चेकिंग आउट, so I went to the thing. I said, yesterday we were checking in and the lady at the counter said, welcome back, Mr. X. So I said, how did you do? No, sir, it's a good system, sir. Sir, we take care. Typically in that way he started speaking. I appreciate your good systems. I would like to learn from you. How did you do? Very nice. We were very pleasantly we were surprised. What an experience. Welcome back. So, and that too you're pointing to the right guy, not to me, because I am first time coming. No, sir. No, I will come only next time if you tell me, otherwise I will not come to your hotel. So I little blackmailed him. He says, sir, if you see the boy who is standing there, opening the door of the car, he asked, sir, first time? Or or go to this way. So your friend would have said, no, I know which way to go. And on the back of the head, he will do like this, and the lady at the reception counter will find it out. He is doing like this, and welcome back actually. Fantastic system. Fantastic system. Nothing wrong about it. No, in a company like ours, we cannot do like that. That will create a problem actually. In a boutique hotel, it is possible. So the point I'm trying to make is this here, it is not the system. How you implement it and how you do it, that makes a difference. So many a times, we get somewhat, we become the prisoners of the systems. अरे सिस्टम ये बनेगा, ये होगा, वहाँ से आएगा, यहाँ से आएगा. Hang on. Let's see it from the customer point of view. Is he comfortable in using the system? No, sir, it is excellent system. अरे no. Think of a guy who is buying a car. Why he need to know कि गाड़ी में कितने वाल्व होते हैं, इतनी सीसी की इंजन होती है, इसमें एक आपका गाड़ी के अंदर में एक यहाँ पे स्टीयरिंग होता है. अरे भाई गाड़ी खरीदा है मैंने, ये थोड़ी ना कि मुझे इंजीनियरिंग करनी है गाड़ी के ऊपर. आई वांट टू एंजॉय द कार. आई वुड लाइक टू हैव ए गुड एक्सपीरियंस. दैट्स इट. व्हाई यू वांट दैट कस्टमर टू नो सो मच? Similarly, when we are curating an experience, we should always think it from the customer point of view. So many times I tell to my team members, they make some system and other thing. Go and please check with your better halves. Are they able to really understand what you have made? Because the customers who are going to be there, they do not need to be very digital savvy. Everybody should be able to do. But unfortunately today what happens, the people who are designing it, they see it from their lens. So very important thing to be customer centric is this, to see it from the lens of the customer. We all talk about it to understand customer, but unfortunately we start seeing it from our lens. If I start seeing it from the lens of the customer, I will do a better job. Very simple thing. If I'm in his place, how I will do it. And at that boutique hotel, they didn't have, I think, the resources to have a great system. Being in Bangalore, they didn't have the resources. But yes, they made some system, which I think will be maybe 80% correct. Sometimes maybe some wrong calls would have been happened, but it's okay, fine. But I still remember that experience. It was a nice experience. And I remember that big chain, 72 hours also. Night when I'm checking in, they forced me to fill a form actually. Nothing happened. So the friends, my point is this, if you really are thinking of customer centricity, try to think it from the point of view of the customer, for whom you are making that system. Whatever thing you are doing, be it the services, be it the products, it's very important. So in Maruti also, we believe if you are able to see the things from the customer point of view, you will always do a better job. So I think being in the fag end of the day, Bhavna is looking at me, she's smiling, I don't know, she's giving a message, sir, your time is over. That could be one way. Bhavna, so if you are, no, she's not able to tell me maybe, and I think, so the point I will not take much time now because you all people had a long day, but from the customer centricity point of view, simple one thing, what Mr. Naval spoke about it, I just wanted to add one thing. To understand the customer, be in their shoes, live their life and see their perspective, you will design a fantastic system. If you want to be a good marketing guy, you need to know that. And then you need to find kaun sa system chahiye, kya chahiye. You will find plenty of people to do it. But first you need to be very clear on the brief. I will share one more interesting example. Do you have some time, Bhavna? Okay. When I was in marketing, so I was handling some of the brands. One was the Zen Estilo. So we were launching the Zen Estilo. So Piyush Pandey, that time was the head of O&M actually. So I had been fortunate enough to work with him. So a brief was made. And his team was making a presentation. I think Sanjeev will remember actually, we were earlier in that Kasturba Gandhi mark. So Piyush Pandey came and he was sitting there. His team was making that presentation that what is the positioning and what not he used to do. So it was a long presentation. Metrosexual, this and that. So Piyush Pandey typical thoda sa wo hai, mast banda hai, matlab, still sometime I talk to him. Bindas guy. He was a cricketer, Ranji Trophy cricketer, tea taster hota tha. Kehta hai, Partho zindagi bhar to chai piye maine. Karte karte suddenly he said, what is this absolute nonsense you people are talking about? Kya hai yaar? Ek line mein batao chahte kya ho? One line you tell me what you want. So I was sitting there also. I was thinking, what's wrong? They are doing a proper presentation. What's wrong? He says, bekar yaar, Partho. एक लाइन में क्लियर होना चाहिए, चाहिए क्या? What do you want? The more sharper the brief is, the more better is the communication. If you putting into everything, that means you yourself are not clear what you want. So similarly for the customer experience also, you need to be very clear what sort of experience you want to give. No, everything should be provided. Not possible. Then you are diluting the experience. If you know very clearly what you want efficiency, like take the example of Indigo, very clear in their brief. The experience is efficiency, not premium services. When Kingfisher was there, their experience was to give a premium feel. Very clear. Whosoever has curated the overall customer journey, he is very clear on that. So if you really want to delight the customer, you need to be very clear what route I need to follow. And if you're clear on that, you will succeed. Indigo never talks about any premium experience. You sit in the flight and if there is some extra leg space seat is empty also, you sit there, the air stress will come, sir, you have to pay some 600 rupees more, something like that. Very clear. Efficiency. Fine. Sometimes the customer may feel, oh, what's wrong with that, it's going empty. No, that's the policy. That's the policy. So, some people may not like it. Some people will feel it is okay. So you have to think about it. Who is your target customer, what he wants, and what sort of experience you want to give. If you want to give all sort of experience to your customer, you will not survive in the business. That is also equally important. So you need to know your customer very well before you want to curate the experience. If you don't know your customer and you just want to do everything, like Piyush Pandey rightly said, kuch nahi hoga. Nothing will happen. So he was sharing with you one example of Fevicol actually. So he was telling कि वो Fevicol जो था, उनके जो मालिक थे, वो बॉम्बे में थे, तो उनका जो मालिक था, he was very close to Piyush Pandey. तो उनका एक मार्केटिंग हेड होता था. तो एक कोई हाथी का वो दिखा रहे थे कि बॉन्डिंग हो गई है, भाई अब हाथी होगा. तो पीयूष पांडे वाज ऑफ द ओपिनियन कि यार हाथी जो है हम बैठ के खींच देंगे, ठीक होगा. तो मार्केटिंग हेड वाज टेलिंग कि नहीं, एक और होना चाहिए, खड़ा होके भी हाथी का शॉट होगा, तब बात बनेगी. तो कहता है बड़ी देर तक बात चली. तो उसके बाद में जो ओनर था उसने बोला पीयूष पांडे को कि भैया बैठने वाला तो हम आपको दे देंगे, ये खड़ा वाला जो है बिल है ना, ये हमारे मार्केटिंग हेड को भेज देना, ये पीछे पड़े हुए हैं कि दूसरा भी करवा के छोड़ेंगे. So once you have decided, then you should leave it to the right experts. He knows much better how to show the thing. Sometimes we just go by the gut feel, it's not right. Get the right people to do the job, they will deliver it. So I'm sharing some of my experiences. So maybe you people will be feeling ki, I think that real time and life examples are much better to connect with than to tell you something from Peter Drucker and other things. Sorry Sanjeev, you made a long speech, I am not looking at it actually. My apologies to you. So Sanjeev told me, sir, you should talk out of all these things, but I thought I can connect with this team with my experiences. So friends, if you want to really be customer centric, first thing, understand your customer. How to understand? Live their life. Live their life. See all their touch points, what they do. If you really understand, then get the right people and be very clear in your brief what you want. I'm sure wherever you people are there, you can really do a good job. So with that, Bhavna, I think I will end my speech. Thank you so much, and my apologies for coming late.